Jesse in New Jersey. You're talking to Eric and Phil. How you doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Just wanted to let you know, Eric, that I would be more than happy to hang out with you for an hour and a half for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, Phil. Breaking my heart. I was all excited to talk to you.
Well, Jesse, we're reading the notes here about your family, and they're trying to push religion on you. Can you tell us about that?
You see that? Phil's changing the subject.
Yeah, I am.
So,
Thank you.
So I grew up in a Jewish family, and Jews have a very specific belief that religion is somehow passed on from your parents. That if your mother's a Jew, but no matter what you believe, you're a Jew. And I've tried explaining the difference between religion and ethnicity multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I'm just looking for advice on how to try and communicate.
It's interesting. I've actually watched full-blown debates between two people that are Jewish arguing whether Judaism is a culture or a people in addition to a religion. And
Yep. That's that's dinner table conversation.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I see a successful outcome for that because if they're convinced because of the norms and societal patterns and the fact that there are lots of Jewish or non-Jewish people who think Judaism is a race in a negative way, that's going to be a hard thing to convince somebody that has a different opinion than you. If your family is open to it and you guys love having that conversation, that's cool. I've been with families that do that. But based on your note and your introduction comments, I'm getting the impression they're not loving it. And if that's the case, I guess I'd want to know what's in it for you. What do you get if you eventually win the argument?
Hopefully they stop asking me to participate in Bronze Age rituals.
Yeah. Now that's a different thing, and I'm with you there. Are you dependent on your family at this point? Do they provide your housing and food and income and a place to live and paying your bills, or university or something?
Yes, right now.
Yeah. I'm a big believer of getting along to get sometimes what you need. If they're paying for college, you don't have to hide, you don't have to lie and not be yourself. But it's so important that you get that education, that you can fend for yourself and take care of yourself. And I also know as a parent, sometimes parents can discount the opinions of their kids inappropriately, simply because you're much younger and you can't possibly know as much as the parent. And so you've got all that stuff going against you. But how you win the argument, I really kind of at a loss for advice. I guess the thing I would ask is, what's the benefit of having the argument? Eric, you got anything different?
I do. I just want to add more in. And that is, number one, Jesse, whatever they think, however they want to go about it, you can't reach into their head as much as as much as any of us want to. You can't do that. Now, who you are, you've probably, if you've watched the show, have seen us say that we're not in the business of telling Christians that they're Christian or not. If somebody calls in and says they're a Christian, we're going to say, okay. If you
that's something I agree with.
Yeah, if you can you become can you follow Judaism, after you were born? Yes, there are plenty of people who convert to Judaism. There's a difference, there, and that's something that I'm sure that you know. There are also a lot of things that are culturally your heritage. in the same way that I celebrate Christmas because I freaking love Christmas. That doesn't mean that I need to, put a manger out in front of my house. It means that I like giving presents and I love to surround myself with the people I care about and tell them that I love them, and I'll take any excuse to do that. That doesn't mean that I'm tacitly a Christian. It just means that I have this heritage and I'm going to celebrate it. That doesn't mean that I, subscribe to the idea of a man in the sky. And if that's something that they're having trouble separating, there just may be a chance that they're not going to be able to get there, but that does not invalidate at all who you are. Jesse, your heritage and who you are cannot be robbed from you. And that is important to know because it is your identity. What you inherited, what you get. So maybe it's not, some kinds of rituals, but there are other things that we use, that we tell ourselves, these stories that create our identities. And it is important for you to know that can't be taken from you by somebody. It can't be taken from you by your parents because they disagree. Because they can't tell the difference. That doesn't mean that the truth of the matter is there are cultures and then there are, heritages and you can track your heritage, but really in the end, I think personally that it's that culture that matters more. And it sounds like you're having a hard time there and it pisses me off. I wish I could be there. I wish I could be at your house. I wish I could tell them, why would you rob them of this? But I can't. The only thing I can do is tell you you're getting big hugs from Austin, man, and I hope things work out.
Oh, thanks. Hopefully one day I'll be able to. Hopefully one day I'll be able to come by and see the Freethought Library. It's something I've wanted to see for years.
We'd love that.
Absolutely, and we will have an unkosher meal. Take care, brother.